Hey, how's it going, guys? Jackson here with Toasty DIY, and today we're going to be unboxing this 60-watt soldering iron from Amazon, coming in at 40 bucks at the time of filming, and this is a complete soldering station. Now, I have had some pretty nice soldering irons. I've also had budget ones. Obviously, the go-to brand's usually Weller if you're looking for a cheaper, just really known brand for soldering iron and soldering iron station. We have a Weller here, the classic red one with the sponge and the solder iron holder, and then at home I actually have the really nice Yihua with the digital display, and I have a couple of knockoff versions that I really like as well. And for 40 bucks, I'm curious to see just how good or bad this thing's going to be, because it has pretty good reviews. I think it had a little over a 4-star. And the thing about soldering irons is they never have great reviews because a lot of people just genuinely don't know how to use them properly. Some people buy them for the wrong purpose. That's very common. If it's someone that's new to soldering, they're not going to give it a great review because they're going to be upset, like, why are things not desoldering properly? Why is the solder not sticking? And it's like, well, that's typically just the workpiece error, or just not having enough knowledge in like what type of solder to use and using flux and rosin. This kit comes with quite a bit of stuff. We actually get like the full, I'd call it like soldering iron starter kit here. So it's really cool. We do get a LCD display where it's just like segmented LCD, which is pretty cool. We have a sponge holder right here. So that little blue, it almost looks like a piece of paper that you get, is actually a sponge. Once you put water on it, it soaks up and gets full size. You throw that in here. That's great for basically helping to re-tin and clean off the soldering iron tip. This is really cool. We get a spool holder, which actually I really like having. So that's going to screw onto the side here. And so the spool that they include is a lead-free solder wire, 35 gram, and it's 0.8 millimeters thick. And they actually give us the breakdown. It's 0.7% copper and 99.3% tin. So obviously lead-free. It is a harder to use solder typically. Normally, I think the standard is 60-40 tin lead. So this one, lead-free, is typically higher melting point. This is cool. Solder sucker, I will say, these are not for beginners. Even I struggle to use these, but this is basically once you heat up your solder, you can actually suck old solder off of donut pads and stuff like that, which is really great for resolder and cleanup work. These are really nice. And actually, it looks like the top of the soldering iron, they give us multiple points to put these, but what these are called helper hands or helping hands. They're basically really bendable and malleable hands so that when you have something like, let's just say 2 wires is the best use case for these, you can actually clip those 2 wires and kind of butt them together, and then you have hands-free soldering. It's really nice, very useful. And then, hey, I can't complain about these at all. Actually, I was looking for, we just bought some of these separately. It is so nice to have a really good, sharp pair of tweezers like this. I really like this style that are basically like incredibly sharp at the end because they're really good for picking up micro transistors and capacitors and resistors. Because a lot of those, you don't want a thick pair of needle nose or something like that because you genuinely can't grab them. So these are the best type of tweezers for that type of job. And then the last thing besides the soldering iron is we actually get a pack full of tips. I will say, these tips don't look too bad. They're pre-tinned. That's an important part. You can always tell because the tip should be kind of like a dull / shiny gray, and then the very end of it where you actually want the solder to stick, if it's pre-tinned, it'll be a nice silvery shiny surface. You want that. Pre-tinned is great. That's how you actually get the solder to stick to it. If they're not pre-tinned, they're usually junk. They're not like going to be the best quality, but what's nice is they're the standard size. They're not the screw-in style. They're the ones that are just slip fit and then they have a set screw. So you can find all different types of brands of these. I will say the name brand ones do always last a little longer. They work a little better. They don't oxidize as quickly. So looking for brands like Weller and Yihua, those are definitely highly recommended. But hey, these knockoff ones are not too bad for shorter term use. Now the soldering iron itself, like the whole station, it's just plastic. There's almost no metal on it really. And then the iron itself, pretty thin, which I always like. I don't like having a super thick wand for the soldering iron. It does come with the tip pre-applied, and this one actually is kind of cool. It's toolless. Obviously, if it's hot, you're gonna need tools to get it off. But this is always a good style. So here's your heating element, and then it's the hollow core. So the actual soldering iron tip falls onto that core, and then you just screw this in, and that's it. It holds it in place. This is a really nice style. This is, I think, how my Yihua is. The Weller I have, I think, is a set screw, if I remember right. Non-replaceable lead. That's one thing that's important. So if this ever goes bad, this whole station is junk, sadly. So that's one thing to keep in mind. The nicer stations will usually have your soldering iron either with the screw style plug-in, or it'll be literally an outlet that plugs into the soldering iron, and that's how you get your variable control. So just keep that in mind. If this ever goes bad, like if you leave this iron on all night, good chance you're gonna ruin it and you may have to buy a whole new station. But it's 40 bucks, which isn't too terrible. Just be careful, don't leave it on for extended periods of time. Only leave it on while you're using it. Let's go ahead and get all of this set up so we can actually do some testing. All right, let's go ahead and put this together. All right, there we go, pretty tight. It does have like a little foot pad on the other side here. But we'll take this like this, and there we go. So now you can hold 2 wires together while you solder them. There we go. We really do have like an all-in-one station. Once we get the sponge wet, we are good to go solder. Well, speaking of that, I think these are so cool. These are called helper hands or helping hands. And basically, these are little, oh, I just lost my rubber. But basically, these are super nice for whenever you have 2 things that you need to hold together. It's really hard when you're trying to do this. I mean, because you can't hold it with your fingers, you're gonna burn yourself. And there's been so many times where I'm just like fumbling trying to solder something. You're also trying to do this at the same time, like actually feeding your solder. So that's really cool. You can basically do it like that, which speaking of solder, this is cool. It's a spool holder. It looks like it could technically hold 2 spools at once. I never even thought about that. So you could have 2 different materials or thicknesses here. And it does come with the solder. It comes with everything you see here, by the way. We ended up getting, let's see, 0.8 millimeter. This is lead free, and this is the makeup of it. So it's mostly tin, a little bit of copper. So that's cool. You're not gonna get lead poisoning today. And then this is actually something I've never seen before on a soldering iron. It has like a whole station where you can keep all of your different tips. It even comes with all these tips, and there's even extra. These tips aren't bad either. They're actually pre-tinned. You can tell because of how the tips are like a slightly shinier color. You really want that. That kind of makes, you know, makes or break when it comes to a tip. It does come with these. These are the best type of needle nose you could ever have. Or not needle nose, these are called tweezers. These are the best type of tweezers you could ever have. They're angled and they're very, very sharp in the end. So they're actually good for things like this. You're gonna be doing a lot of cool little micro soldering jobs. Notice how I can actually grab this resistor with full force and, you know, desolder if I wanted to. Super nice to have. And then, oh, I thought this was cool. I just noticed this earlier. This little wrench right here is for, actually, what, oh, duh. It's for these. I don't even know if this has any other use besides this, but being able to loosen stuff on here. But I noticed it has a spot even. Pretty cool. And then obviously, we have a holder for the soldering iron. And then the last thing that it came with, which I haven't even opened yet, they called it a desoldering pump. I've always called it a solder sucker. Yeah, there we go, solder sucker. These things are crazy. You basically push this down, and then it goes really fast with an extreme amount of vacuum. And basically how these work, and I'm gonna try to demo it for you guys, is you basically get the solder pad really hot, put it over really fast, and it should suck the solder out. It's not very easy. But let's go ahead and turn this thing on. So power buttons on the back, it's a rocker switch. This is super cool. It's actually a digital display, and watch as it goes up to that number. So 670 degrees Fahrenheit. It actually does heat this quick too, no joke. Like I'll actually show you. At least it should. I mean, these things aren't always accurate, but let's see. This lead-free takes a little bit hotter to melt, so I'm going to say right around 600 we should be able to start melting it. Maybe. Maybe. Come on, baby. Which obviously this is reading the temp of the actual iron, not the tip necessarily, so yeah, there we go. Very quick, way quicker than some of the even nicer soldering irons I've had over the years. Usually you have to give those a few minutes to warm up. That took, I think, 20 seconds, if that. So yeah, let's try to solder something real quick for fun. This is the easiest case scenario. Super easy to solder something like this. This is a lot more challenging, like trying to do desoldering. So what you gotta do is you wanna create a bridge with the heat. So we're just gonna, and this is a scrap motherboard by the way, so we're not worried if we screw anything up. So what we're doing here is I'm trying to get this joint to basically get into like a liquid form instead of like doing this method. There we go, we actually got it that time. So you can see there we had the solder in liquid form and I was able to pull it off. And then this is what I was talking about with the sponge. It's really nice if you get a sponge and some copper, but you see how clean that is now? So that's like nice and re-tinned, no oxidization yet on it. Ready to solder another thing. So Matt, would you like to try to take this apart here, what I soldered earlier? So you don't grab the iron by the, the hot part.
That part I understand.
Yep. So just kind of hold it on there. You may need to add some solder because when you're soldering, you want to try to get all of that like warm, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Yeah, hold it right there. That's a good spot. Yep, there you go. So Matt just desoldered something for the first time.
Then.
Yeah, and then you can just wipe that off, and then yeah. And the other good tip with a soldering iron is eat when you're done, and also just don't forget to turn them off. That's really what ruins soldering irons, is leaving them on forever. But yeah, pretty simple. So yeah, soldering iron, super easy to use. I think this is a great first product for someone to get who wants to get into any type of product repair. And it's not just limited to computer parts. You can use this for automotive, you can use it for household stuff. You can even do jewelry repair with soldering iron. So there's pretty much limitless possibilities.